What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central. And we got a positive update about Robert Quinn. We're going to get into all that and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
All right, Bears fans. So we got the update that I actually called on our last episode, I think yesterday, that I expected Robert Quinn to show up for a training camp. Well, we did get now reports that Robert Quinn is attending the training camp. He is coming to Hollis Hall. Listen, it's what does this do for the change of the Chicago Bears? The fact that, we had speculated, and Robert Quinn could still be moved and could still be traded at some point. So I want to be clear on that. That does not mean at all that he may not eventually be moved. But this does change significantly the outlook of the Chicago Bears defense. We still need to get Roquan Smith tied in here and get that contract dispute to get him into training camp as well. But now that Robert Quinn is showing up for training camp, is going to be there. Listen, that's all that we needed right now. Well, let me not say all that we needed, but it's a very positive sign for a young defense that has a lot of question marks. Now you go back to having Robert Quinn, an elite pass rusher, at least last season, who had one of his best statistical seasons last year, coming back, being able to come back and play on this team and help solidify the pass rush on this defensive team that's going to help that secondary. Now, this follows up the video from earlier today in which Jaquan Brisker did agree and finalize a deal with the Chicago Bears. He's also going to be attending training camp. But as we look at this Chicago Bears team taking shape and what's going to be fielded on the field during preseason and during training camp, it's always better to have your veteran presence in there. Now, hopefully Robert Quinn is a positive presence and influence on the younger players on this team. With that being said, is there going to be a contract dispute? Is he eventually going to be moved? All that may still be on the table long term, but at least for now, we are getting Robert Quinn reporting to training camp, which means he's probably going to be playing this season for the Chicago Bears. A deal is not going to happen. And the one thing that I did speculate with this too, yes, it was a mandatory minicamp that he did miss, but him being a veteran, he could very well say, hey man, I'll take the fine. Let's keep it moving. Let's see what this does mean for the Chicago Bears team. But now having Robert Quinn attend training camp, which is one of the bigger questions heading into training camp, if he was going to attend, having those 18.5 sacks potentially that he got in 2021 to be added back to this team. He's due $12.9 million this upcoming season. So we'll see what happens with that long term. But at least for right now, it's more positives than negatives at all that Robert Quinn is going to be attending training camp. It's positives for the team, positive for that front line on the defensive end, especially considering all the changes, the new scheme, defensively, things like that. Robert Quinn really hasn't gotten a chance to really participate and be in that. Now having him, bringing him in, him being an added weapon on that defense for the Chicago Bears as we look to that pass rush that hopefully we can get, something out of, help our secondary, help fill position for the offensive end of the ball. Robert Quinn, if he plays well this season, can be a very big part of what makes the Chicago Bears team a little bit better than some people are giving us credit for. And I'm appreciative that he is joining. That's another question mark off the board. The last question mark still remains. What's going on with Roquan Smith and that contract? Are him and the Bears going to work out a contract extension? Like I said, I'm going to be saying every episode that I do until it happens, pay that man. Give that man his money. Pay the man. Roquan Smith deserves it. Pay the man. Give him his goddamn money. Come on, Pose. Do the right thing. Give him his goddamn money. Don't even worry about somebody said in the comments, as far as him waiting next season for the Chicago Bears, keep in mind, it's an extension, right? So it wouldn't kick in next season anyway. He already knows what money the Bears are going to have. So yes, get the contract extension done. Do what needs to be done. It doesn't matter if it happens this season and the cap space is technically next season. Get the job done. Pay Roquan. Pay that man. But this isn't another Roquan Smith video. Don't want to spend too much time on that. Robert Quinn is reporting in training camp. Let me know down below, how do you think that this changes? Any predictions or any worries that you had for the Chicago Bears defense? How big of this can be? And do you think Robert Quinn is going to be able to have a really big season like he did last year? I won't call for 18.5 sacks. That's a big number to call for anyone. But do you think Quinn is going to have a huge impact and be that elite pass rusher that we saw last year? As we know with Robert Quinn, sometimes he follows up a really good season with a really bad season. Hopefully he can stay healthy as well. Let me know those things all down below. But more positive news for the Chicago Bears. Now we need that last one to fall. We need Roquan Smith. to get paid. But with all that being said, make sure you follow the show at Shy Bear Central. You can also send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text and or voicemail, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. Thank you so much for being the best part of Chicago Bear Central. Make sure you guys bear down. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.